So on page 92, you were to work numbers 1, 2, and 3 as part of your homework. And then we're going to work numbers 4, 5, and 6 in class right now. So this is, I'm going to record today so that the afternoon classes have it. So, number 4. Is everyone there? Okay, so number 4 says, Jonathan goes to bed at 9:30 p.m. on school nights and wakes up at 6 a.m. On Fridays and Saturdays, he goes to bed at 11 p.m. and wakes up at 9 a.m. What is Jonathan's average rate of sleep hours per night? Show your work. So, for each day of the week, so we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Monday is a school night, meaning that he goes to bed at 9:30 p.m. and wakes up at 6 a.m. How many hours is that? 2.5. Okay. Let's take a look at this over here. So if I, back whenever we taught elapsed time, we would give you a T-chart that looks something like this. And we would start it at 9:30 p.m. And then we would work our way to 6 a.m. to get our total. So 30 minutes would be 10 p.m. Two more hours would be 12 a.m. And 6 more hours would be 6 a.m. How long or how much time passes between 9:30 p.m. to 6 a.m.? 8.5 hours. Okay. So on Monday, he gets 8.5 hours of sleep. On Tuesday, how many hours does he get? 8.5 hours. On Wednesday, how many hours does he get? 8.5 hours. On Thursday? 8.5. On Friday? 8.5. Is Friday a school night? No. So on Friday, he sleeps from 11 p.m. to 9 a.m. How many hours is that?
8? No.
Start at 11 p.m. 1 hour gets us to 12 a.m.
10.
And 9 hours get us to 9 a.m. for a total of 10 hours. So it's 10 hours here. What about Saturday night? 10 hours. What about Sunday night?
10 hours.
8.5 because it's
A school night.
a school night. How many total hours is he getting of sleep? Go ahead and try to figure that out on your own. So we get 62.5 hours per how many nights? 7 nights. And we want to know the average per how many nights? The question's asking us for the average per 1 night. So what do I need to do to my 62.5?
Divide by 7.
Divided by 7. Alright. 62.5 is the same thing as what decimal? 62.5. So we have 62.5 divided by 7. How many times does 7 go into 62?
0. Or, I thought you said 6.
I immediately think 7 times 9 is 63. So it's actually going to be how many times does 7 go into 62? 8. 8 times 7 is 56. We subtract. And I'm going to think of 56 plus 4 gets me 60 plus 2 more gets me 62. So I did 56 plus 4 got me 60 plus 2 more got me 62. So that's 4 plus 2 is 6. How many times does 7 go into 65? 9. And 9 times 7 is 63. So we're left with 2/10. 0 there. How many times does 7 go into 20? Twice. And that's 14. There we go, 60. We're going to stop there. How many hours does he get per night? 8.92. So I'm going to change my equal sign to an approximation because I'm rounding. We have 8.92 hours. Did you get all that written down?
I feel smart.
Okay, we're moving on to number 5. This one says that Mike had a balance of $81 on his credit card for a department store. He just purchased 3 sweatshirts and his balance is now $146.85. What is the cost of one sweatshirt? Show your work. So he starts with $81 and he adds 3 sweatshirts to it for a total of $146.85. Okay, I have to draw this bar to make sense for me. So you don't have to do this if it doesn't make sense for you, but this is how it makes sense of the problem. I want to know how much is one sweatshirt. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this $81. I take $146.85 and I subtract $81. Yep. That's 81. 6 minus 1 is 5 and 14 minus 8 is 6. So I'm left with $65.85 for 3 shirts. How do I figure out the price of one shirt? I divide it by 3. So we get 65.85. I'm going to write this in a different location. 65.85 divided by 3. 3 goes into 6 twice. That 2 represents a 20. So 20 times 3 would be 60. Then we subtract. We get 585. 3 goes into 5 once. 1 times 3 is 3. We subtract and get 85 cents. 3 goes into 8 twice. That 2 represents 2/10. So 2/10 times 3 is actually 6/10. Then we subtract and we get 15 cents. 3 will go into 15 5 times. 5 cents times 3 equals 15. And we get that. So, one shirt costs $21.25 for one shirt. It's a little expensive, don't you think?
Uh-huh.
$21.
Yeah,
A little expensive.
What is a sweatshirt? So maybe it's pretty thick. Okay, number 6. Number 6 says, one dieter in a weight loss contest weighed 149 pounds after 8 weeks on his diet. By week 13, he weighed 134 pounds. What was his average weight loss per week? Show your work. So we're going to start out with a weight of 149 pounds. And then some time goes by, like 5 weeks. How did I get 5 weeks? Anyone know? I did 13 weeks minus 8 and got 5 weeks. So that's how much time passed. And at the end of that time, he weighed 134 pounds. And these are 5 weeks, so I'm going to make sure there's 5 in there. We want to know how many pounds per week did he lose. So I'm going to start by getting rid of this 134. We have 149 pounds minus 134 pounds. What does that equal? Can't hear you, sorry. 15. So all of this right here counts for 15 pounds. How do I figure out how much that is in 1 week? We divide. So I get 15 pounds divided by 5 weeks. And we get 3 pounds per week. I'm running out of room here. That's our answer.
Oh, that's smart.
Okay, so what we're doing today, you have 2 choices. Your first choice is lesson 3.3 in your skills practice book. And your second choice, there we go, is going to be on Khan Academy. And this is 1st through 4th only. 6th and 7th period must do the skills practice. So